What happens when America's darling of country music faces one of morning TV's sharpest interviewers, and what's supposed to be a safe conversation turns into something nobody could have ever predicted? That's exactly what happened when Carrie Underwood appeared. On the Today Show with Hoda Kotb, what was scheduled as a lighthearted promotional chat about her new tour unraveled into one of the most dramatic and heated live interviews morning television has ever seen. You'll want to subscribe and leave your thoughts after hearing this one. Because trust me, this story is going to leave you in disbelief. The morning began normally enough at Rockefeller Plaza, where the Today Show is filmed. Cameras were being set up, producers rushed through final notes, and the energy in the studio carried the usual buzz. Carrie Underwood arrived early, as she often does, looking poised and polished. She's known for her professionalism, and to her this was just another stop on the long line of promotional duties she's been doing since the start of her career. This interview was scheduled as a simple plug for her tour. Carrie had done so many of these over the years that they had become second nature to her. Walk in, chat a bit, smile, and walk out. On the schedule that day, it was Hoda Kotb who would sit across from her. Hoda has built a reputation over the years for being approachable and friendly, the type of host who makes guests feel welcome. But from the moment Carrie stepped into the studio, there was something unspoken in the air. Even the casual, polite chatter before going live felt a little stiff, almost rehearsed. Nobody pointed it out, but the uneasiness was there, lingering. Carrie took her seat opposite Hoda, brushed an invisible wrinkle from her blazer, and did a quick check of her hair in the monitor. The crew counted down, 5, 4, 3, 2, and suddenly they were broadcasting live to millions of homes across America. "Good morning, everyone," Hoda greeted viewers with her usual warmth. "We have the incredible Carrie Underwood with us today." She turned to Carrie, her smile wide. "Carrie, thanks for being here." "Thank you for having me, Hoda," Carrie replied smoothly. Her words were polite, but her smile had a stiffness to it that viewers could catch if they were paying close attention. "It's always nice to come on the show." At first, it seemed like the conversation would go as planned. Hoda started off with enthusiasm. "So you've got this exciting new tour coming up. Fans are buzzing, tickets are flying, it's a huge deal. But before we dive into all of that, I want to touch on something else. There's been a lot of talk in the press recently, stories about changes in your personal life, questions about your marriage. How do you deal with that kind of constant spotlight?" The mood shifted immediately. Carrie's posture changed, her shoulders stiffened, her face tightened. "Honestly, Hoda, that's not something I want to get into. I'm here to talk about my music and my tour. That's why I came." "Of course I understand," Hoda said, nodding slightly. But her tone gave away that she wasn't finished. "Still, don't you think your fans deserve some level of honesty? They've supported you for years. They buy your records. They come to your shows because they feel connected to you. Don't you think they have a right to know what's really going on?" Carrie's smile faded, and her voice had an edge now. "I love and respect my fans more than I can put into words. But there's a very real line between sharing my art with them and having my personal life put on trial for the sake of entertainment." Hoda leaned in just slightly, her eyes narrowing with interest. "But Carrie, so much of your music is rooted in real emotion, love, heartbreak, betrayal, moving forward. People can't help but assume your songs are reflections of your real life. Isn't that what makes you relatable?" "My songs are stories," Carrie said firmly. Her jaw tightened. "Some are inspired by my life, some come from other people's experiences, and others are completely made up. That's the job of a songwriter. We tell stories." "But when you won American Idol," Hoda pressed, "you were introduced as this girl from small-town Oklahoma with strong, wholesome values. That authenticity has been your foundation ever since. So when rumors start swirling, isn't it natural for people to ask if that authenticity carries over into your personal life?" The tension was now unmistakable. Carrie shifted again in her chair, clearly trying to stay composed but losing patience. "Authenticity doesn't mean I owe the world every detail of my marriage or family. I can be genuine and still keep certain things private." "That's the part that confuses me," Hoda said, continuing to push. "Because not long ago you posted on social media about honesty in relationships, about how lies destroy trust. Were you speaking in general terms, or were you speaking from personal experience?" Carrie's eyes flashed. Are you really sitting here trying to psychoanalyze my Instagram captions? These are real questions, Carrie, Hoda said firmly. We had people writing in this morning asking about this exact issue. Your fans are the ones who want to know if the person they admire is living by the same values she shares in her music and her posts. My role as a public figure doesn't give anyone the right to dig into my marriage, Carrie snapped, her voice rising slightly. And honestly, I'm shocked. Your producers told my team this was about my tour. Instead, you ambushed me with this. No one is ambushing you, Hoda said coolly. These are standard questions. Any entertainment journalist would ask them. If you can't handle questions about your public image, maybe interviews aren't for you? The words dropped like a bomb. Carrie froze, staring at Hoda. Viewers at home could feel the shift, as if a switch had been flipped. Did you just say I can't handle questions? Carrie asked, her voice icy. I'm saying scrutiny comes with being a public figure, Hoda replied, still firm. Scrutiny is one thing, Carrie fired back, leaning forward. Being misled is another. You told me this would be about my music and my tour. Instead, you're dragging my personal life into the spotlight like it's a soap opera plotline. Carrie, I understand you're upset. No, you don't. Carrie cut her off sharply. You don't understand what it's like to have strangers dissect your every move. To have people assume your songs or your posts are confessions about your personal life. Hoda's expression hardened. Actually, I do know what that feels like. I've been in this business over 20 years. My own life has been picked apart. The difference is, I didn't build a career on those experiences and then act surprised when people want more details. The room grew tense. Crew members exchanged nervous looks. So now you're saying my success means I've given up my right to privacy? Carrie asked, her voice calm but furious. I'm saying authenticity means consistency, Hoda countered. You can't market yourself as the girl next door singing about real life and then slam the door shut when questions come up about real life. My music speaks for itself, Carrie said through clenched teeth. I don't owe you or anyone else explanations about my personal relationships. But you owe your fans honesty, Hoda insisted. They've supported you faithfully for almost 2 decades. Don't they deserve to know if the woman they admire is who she claims to be? Carrie suddenly pushed her chair back, her microphone pulling tight against its wire. She stood. Are you questioning my integrity right now? I'm questioning your consistency, Hoda answered, refusing to back down. Carrie's face burned red. So me protecting my marriage is being inconsistent? That's unbelievable. When rumors contradict your image, yes, Hoda said flatly. Carrie's voice shook with rage. How dare you sit here and imply I'm a fraud just because I won't air my private life on your show? I'm asking you to explain the gap between your public image and your private choices. Hoda said bluntly. There is no gap, Carrie snapped. You're building a narrative from gossip and paparazzi shots. That's not journalism. That's exploitation disguised as news. And with that, Carrie unclipped her microphone, set it down firmly, and stood tall. I'm not staying here to be ambushed under the false promise of a promotional interview. I'm finished. Are you seriously walking out on live TV? Hoda asked, stunned. I'm walking away from disrespect, Carrie replied coldly. My fans will know this isn't weakness. It's self-respect. She turned, shot one last fiery glance toward Hoda, and walked off set. The cameras stayed on Hoda, who was left sitting alone, scrambling to recover. Well, she finally said, her smile tight, that didn't go quite as planned. We'll be right back after this commercial. The studio erupted as soon as the cameras cut. Producers huddled, assistants whispered frantically, and Carrie was already out of the building before anyone could stop her. Within minutes, clips of the confrontation exploded online. Viewers debated furiously. Had Hoda crossed the line, or did Carrie overreact? No matter what side people took, the truth was obvious. This was a moment that would stick to both women's careers for years to come. So what's your verdict? Did Hoda push too hard, or was she simply doing her job? Let us know your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe for more shocking celebrity moments you'll hardly believe actually happened.